It's a British tour. You're not going.
It's a British tour, yeah.
Because you're not keen on anywhere where there's a language barrier.
OK. This story. I knew you'd want this. Yes. Well, no, I'm not great with the old language barrier. I was in Spain, and I was in a restaurant, and I needed to use the facilities in this restaurant. So I popped off, and I don't want to go into too much detail, but I needed to drop the kids off at the pool. So I did that. I went to flush. Didn't work. Flushed again 6, 7 times. I tried to get it down, James. Would not go. So I was like, I'm going to do the right thing. I'm not just going to do a hit and run and leave it here. I'll go out and tell someone that there's a problem with their facility. So I went out into the restaurant. I found the waiter. Unfortunately, he didn't speak a word of English. I didn't speak any Spanish. So I ended up having to kind of gesture to this man. I was like, yes, could you just come here? No, leave them alone. Yes, just follow me. I ushered him into the toilet, right? I pointed at my poo. I went to flush. It went down straight away. How weird did I look? Like I just invited him into the toilet to say goodbye to my Come on, let's give it a proper send-off. Flush. Rule Britannia.
You've got to mention the new series of Man Down.
Yeah.
Are you still living with your mother in it?
I am, sadly, yes.
I know, and tragically, this is based on your life. I mean, this is things...
Yeah, but, I mean... loosely, Graham.
No, but things like, isn't the washing machine, that happened to you?
What?
The washing, you were very hungover.
Oh. Yeah.
Go on, tell Jodie Foster that story.
All their stories are really cool, though, Graham. When I was teaching, which is what this show is based on, I went home one weekend, and I was in my 30s. I was probably 33 years of age. I went home to see my mother, and then I went back, and while I was at home, my mother did my washing for me, because I was only 33. And then I went back, and on the Sunday night, I got really drunk, and then I went for a curry, and then the next day I went into school. I went into school, and it was a school in Slough, and it was quite a rough school, but they had a really brilliant hearing-impaired department, so there were hearing-impaired kids who, you know, struggled. They were really looked after in the school. Anyway, I was really hungover. I went there, and about break time, I felt really uncomfortable. I thought, something's not right, you know? So I went to the toilet, and I pulled my trousers down, and some of my mother's knickers had got mixed up in the wash she'd done, and I was wearing my mother's underwear. And I went, oh, God, no. Oh, I remember going, oh, you loser, this is such a low point, you loser. And then the curry and the booze kicked in from the night before. So I did like a fecal Jackson Pollock. And I started going, oh, God, not this as well. Oh, Jesus. So I cleaned myself up and I pulled my mother's pants back up. And I went back into the classroom and I saw one of the hearing-impaired kids just looking at me like this. And that's when I remembered that I had a microphone directly... Here we go. So maybe Man Down isn't that far-fetched.
Did you go to school with Kate Middleton?
No, I wasn't at Down House. I wasn't allowed near Down House after a while. No, I went to Marlborough, where she went after that.
Are these all private schools?
Yeah. I mean, that's the most ludicrous thing about... this Kate Middleton thing of being like, oh, yeah, she's the first commoner to marry into the royal family, and they write about her like she's from the ghetto, right? Marlborough College made Midsummer Murders look like The Wire, right? We had one black guy in the entire school, who was my friend called Daniel, who the headmaster used to use in every single school photograph in order to make our school look more diverse. He was like, oh, yeah, go on, put yourself on the end of the row there. But I wasn't in the first 11 cricket team. Well, you are now, Daniel. So she was there, but I wasn't there at the same time as Kate Middleton, but I know people that went out with her,
And so I knew people that went out with her at school.
Wow.
Did they touch her? Did they touch her?
I was so envious. Because if I'd gone out, if I'd got with the Queen at school, I would never shut up about that shit for the rest of my life. Like, every time one of my friends opened his wallet to pay for a drink, I'd be like, yeah, I've tapped that.
Are you a romantic man? Are you?
No, I've given up on it. It stopped for me, romance, when I was about 22, when I bought a girlfriend back from college. So, and my parents got a really nice garden, and they were away. So I thought, well, this is perfect. We'll go and sit in the garden. And I made her a picnic. I took some food. Not pig nipples, but I hadn't been introduced to them yet. I took her some food, and we sat out there and in the sun, and there was grass and sun, and one thing led to another.
I love that. I love that line.
And she was where... It was really romantic. I don't want to go into details. I don't want to make anyone bring their pig nipples up, but she had a long, flowing skirt, and she sat atop me. And,
sounds funny.
and things started to...
Like a toilet roll holder?
Yeah, a little bit like that, yeah. Like a really romantic toilet roll holder.
Okay, no. Yeah.
So she was there, and it was really romantic, and the breeze and lovely, and I thought, well, this is awesome. This is one of the most romantic things that's ever happened between two people. Then my granddad came round the corner. Honestly, I'm not making it up. And he'd never met her before. So he came round and went, hello, you two. And I went, ah! She couldn't get off because it was happening. And you could see him thinking, this is really rude of them both. It's really rude because... I've never met her before. Surely she should stand up. She couldn't. So it was a full 15 minutes.
Oh!
Yeah, with her like this. And me, let's not mince our words here, Graham, in her. my granddad making polite conversation. That was the day I gave up on romance.
that would kill romance, yeah. But talking of joining big franchises, were you very nervous, Jack Whitehall, joining a big Disney franchise like Frozen?
Yes, so, Frozen. I was very excited when the call came in, because I'm a massive Disney fan, and Frozen called me up. They said, we're making this film, and we'd love you to be a part of it. I was like, yep, sign me up. Which princess am I playing? And I played a troll in the film. I had one line in the film, but I was like, yeah, I'd love to do it. I learnt my line. I went in. I'm not... Yeah,
Nailed it.
I nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. Yeah. It was so good. And then I told everyone that I was in Frozen. I did a press junket in front of the poster. No. I was so excited. And then 6 months later, popped on the black tie, went down to the Odeon in Putney. It wasn't a premiere. It was a mistake. I watched the film, got to the end, and the line wasn't there. So I called my agent. I was like, there must be some kind of mistake. This must be some different director's cut that I've seen. And she went, oh, no, I forgot to tell you. I got an email about this. They said that they have reduced your part in the film to a non-speaking role. In an animation! The worst thing is that it then becomes the biggest film ever. I love the film, and yet every time I watch it, it's like getting an icy dagger to my heart. And that song, as well, is like they're heckling me. Like, let it go. No, I won't!
But is your character still in it?
Yes, you can see the character, and he goes to open his mouth, and then it cuts away. Loki, the troll. He even had a name.
Fantastic.
Because are you working with a Frozen? Yeah. I just worked with Josh.
Josh Gad.
Yeah. Yes. And on a Beauty and the Beast for Disney.
You're doing Beauty and the Beast for
Disney?
Disney?
Yeah, the candlestick.
You are really good at rubbing it in this evening. And they're not Lumiere. You're Lumiere.
Yeah. They're not cutting out Lumiere. Lumiere's in. Yeah. Every time Greg's here, you tell us stories, and I keep thinking, oh, well, that's it now. He'll have told us you know, the funny things that happened to me as a teacher. But it seems like a bottomless pit. Like school trips. Because school trips seems like that's when all rules go out the window for pupils, everybody.
And for teachers, I think.
Yeah.
I think. You've got to remember, when I first started teaching, I was 21 years of age, you know, and I was sent to Paris on a school trip. Three of us, all of us in our early 20s, in charge of a busload of kids. It's frankly amoral.
What'd you get up to?
Do you know, it's awful. I can say it now. I'm never going to go back to teaching now, right?
I think it's unlikely. Yeah.
And I got really drunk with two friends in a hotel room when the kids were all in bed. Yeah. Like, really drunk. Yeah. We'd had a bottle of tequila between the three of us. And then I heard kids running around. It's so bad, isn't it? Heard kids running around, and I'm quite good at pretending to be sober when I'm not. So I said, I'll go out and I'll deal with this to my friend Tony, who's still a teacher. And I went out, and there were these kids all in their nighties and pyjamas, all giggling, and I went out, what's going on here? And they were like, oh, sorry. I said, you know you should be in your bedroom. This is absolutely disgraceful. And I was doing a beautiful job when Tony came out of my room, and I don't know why, he was just in his boxer shorts. And a really big pair of boots. And he started going like this, you should be in bed. And I grabbed him by the face. I was so frightened. I grabbed him by the face and I just pushed him back into my room. I closed the door. One of the kids went, is that Mr. Stevens? And I went, yes, he's not feeling very well. And I accepted it. That was it.
We can't stop talking about your career without mentioning Harry Potter, because you were lots of different... You've got kind of different people come up and approach you after Harry Potter.
That, I said, people, you know, they're funny because they actually get really scared. In fact, I was walking down Hampstead Street and somebody actually just screamed, you know. It was a really grown adult. They just like went, ah! You know, and it just really, really scared. And you go... And then there are young children who are scared of me. Yeah, they're just scared of me. Between that and the red, because sometimes it's quite useful. I've got a wand at home, so when Billy brings, my son, he brings kids who I don't particularly like, I just set the wand out. Or they're not being particularly good, you know. Take the wand out and they suddenly, you know.
At Halloween, presumably trick-or-treating, people just run away from your house screaming. Oh, so good! It was amazing!
It's the one time we don't have to dress up, and we just sort of blend in. So, don't have to make an effort, it'll be fine.
But the weird thing is, in Harry Potter, you could have been working with Jack.
How?
Well,
was it a missed opportunity?
I auditioned for Harry Potter, yeah.
I could get the eyes.
I could have made a very good Potter. No, because I looked very like Harry Potter when I was little, and I was a massive pothead into Harry Potter. Into Harry Potter, not weird. But I loved Harry Potter. And I looked so like him. I used to get teased at school. There was a school bully, because my school was actually quite rough. I know this is all like a big act, but the school bully was horrible to me. He was called Atticus Hoy. He used to tease me for looking like Harry Potter. Every day I'd come into school and be like, "Oi, Potter, why don't you piss off back to Hufflepuff?" Yeah. Now, HBC already sees where he's gone wrong there. One, it's Hufflepuff, and two, Harry Potter was in Gryffindor. Yeah. Expelliarmus, Atticus Hoy.
Normally, we have a picture. We have a picture of Jack. The clue's in the picture. I think you are age 11 here.
Who would bully that?
That's very cute.
Like, he could have played the part.
Yeah, he could have.
I wouldn't have been a very good Harry Potter, because in Harry Potter, they're very proactive. Like, Harry Potter's, you know, he does stuff. I wouldn't be like... I was... You know, if I got given the invisibility cloak, you know, Ron's like, oh, should we go and find the Philosopher's Stone? No, we're going to put it on and go and try and see Hermione's Chamber of Secrets. Obviously. I have respect, though, for Daniel Radcliffe as well. I think he is amazing, and he made such a great Harry Potter.
He did.
And I don't think... That must have been pretty hard as well. Like, I heard a story that summed up how hard it was to be the actual Harry Potter. And it was a friend of mine was at a house party that Daniel Radcliffe was at.
Is this true?
This is true. He told me it's amazing. I was like, oh my God, Daniel Radcliffe, Harry Potter was at the house party. That is so cool. One of the biggest movie stars in the world. Presumably, people were coming up, like asking for photographs with him, girls wanting them to, you know, sign their breasts and stuff like that. Or the whole shebang. Yeah. My mate went, no, that's not what happened. About 2 o'clock in the morning, I went upstairs, and 5 of Daniel's friends had locked him in a cupboard and were stood outside it chanting, "Magic your way out of that, knobhead." I don't know, I wasn't at the house party.
Oscar nominee Helena Bonham Carter.
No one was more surprised than me that she said yes. Can I tell you something? Can I tell you what was happening in that? Obviously, that's the edited scene, but I'll tell you... We had someone, Laurie, the first AD, was operating a fart machine just off to the right. And that isn't a real bathroom. That was a bedroom in the house because the bathroom wasn't big enough, sorry. So we took a bedroom and we converted it. So it's a prop toilet, prop sink. etc. And so we had Laurie operating a fart machine just off to my right here so that we could have the occasional subtle little break of wind from Helena while she's holding me hostage in the toilet. And I was doing the scene, and then he was getting so trigger happy, it was ridiculous. I was trying to do lines, and there was... It was bloody ridiculous. So, in the end, I had to stop acting. I looked over at him, and he wasn't pressing the button. And I went... And I looked behind me. It was Princess Margaret going off like a tugboat behind me. Genuinely farting. And I'd only just got over the shock that Helena Bonham Carter had said yes to my thing, and then she was farting within feet of me. And I turned around and I went, Helena! And she found it so funny. She found her own farting, which was magnificent, I might say. She found her own farting so funny, she then wet herself. And had to leave the set. And while she was leaving the set, she was shouting at the top of her voice, "It's natural! It's natural!"
Peter Crouch, you've had a night out with my mum.
I have.
I wasn't sure whether you'd remember this.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
It was at the Isle of Wight Festival.
The Isle of Wight Festival, yeah, she was going for it. She's a lovely lady.
She is a lovely lady. It was so weird. She went to a festival for the first time ever. The first picture she sent me was this, which is like... yeah, 6 roses. She went on her own. And then I got a load of garbled, like, slightly drunk messages saying, I'm with Peter Crouch. I was like, what? And then she sent this, and that's you and her. And the festival. I was like, well, I hope she's not, like, bothering you. And then, like, 12 hours later, I got another one.
It was like a change of clothes.
Yeah. That was day 2.
Yeah.
You know,
What happened that night?
I can't tell you. It was a great night.
I instantly regret bringing this up.
She was on her own.
What?
She was on her own.
Have you got a sister? She not with your sister?
Well, I might do now. Very cool sister, yeah.
Greg, your mum, she's kind of the respectable one in the family.
Well, I mean, she's not, but she plays that part, you know. And I've spent years trying to out her, but she pretends to be respectful. She gets very cross with me when I come on shows and I say things that will embarrass her in the supermarket. And like our whole lives, my sister and I have made the last 40 years just trying to embarrass her, really. My sister's a mother of 2. My sister's 52. And we go home and we both turn into kids trying to wind her up and trying to get a rise out of her and trying to embarrass her. And we were out once and we were joking, saying it was time that she got a new man in her life. You know, it'd been long enough since Dad passed that she should date. And she was going, I don't want to date. I'm not interested. And we were getting the local paper. We were circling pictures of farmers and going, this guy seems nice. And she was going, I'm not interested. She was getting more and more irritated. We were cackling. This is, by the way, last year. We were cackling like teenagers. And all of a sudden, she just went, hey, listen, we were in a cafe, and she went, hey, listen, I'm not interested, once and for all. I'm not interested in men. And then she paused and she went, I mean, I wouldn't mind a quick fuck. And my sister and I went, ah! And she sort of mic dropped out of the room, just looking back and going, yeah. And she went to the loo. When she came back, all of her arrogance had gone, and she sat down, and I promise you, she sat down at the table and she went, oh, no. I went, what? She goes, you're going to tell this on Graham Norton, aren't you? Yes! Yes, old woman!
And this is a breakthrough role for you, Jack, because an American accent.
Yes.
Yes.
I was doing an American accent.
What, in that clip?
Yeah. Olivia!
He was.
I feel the Oscar buzz whistling away.
It was.
No.
I'm so sorry. I think it was terrible.
Yes, no.
Yeah. It was good. good. It was
Thank
good.
you very much.
I heard it. I
Yes.
heard it. It was
You
good.
see, what a lot of actors do when they do an American accent is they tend to just go for, like, one region of America and they commit to a single American accent. I decided with this role that I would take us on a tour around all 50 states. Sometimes in the same scene. I thought, why just do one when you can show off them all? So I would start the scene talking like I was from New York, and then all of a sudden I'm suddenly speaking like I'm a Cali girl, and by the end of the scene they're stopping me because it sounds like I'm from the Dukes of Hazzard. And it went all over the place. But I thought, you know, just show off your skills.
And it's out in America already, so
Yes.
are you getting responses from audiences, people liking it?
Yeah, people seem to really like it. It's done great in the States, and yeah, I'm excited for it to come out here. People take it very seriously in America because it's kind of like their version of
Iconic.
Paddington. So, and that's kind of the tone of the movie as well. But like grown adults who grew up with Clifford the Big Red Dog and get so like obsessed over the weirdest details as well.
Oh.
There was a guy who tweeted at me. It's quite weird. He was in the cinema and he'd taken a screenshot, and it was a screenshot of Clifford from behind with his tail up, and he tweeted at me going, "Why doesn't Clifford have an anus?" I was like, should you be at a kids' film? Should you be near children at all? And then it's one of those crazy things, because it's the internet. Underneath, there's like a whole discussion underneath this comment saying, if he doesn't have an anus, then he can't poop. And then someone else underneath it, best response ever, had put, maybe that's why he's so big.
Very good. Have you ever done Shakespeare?
Of course. An actor of my calibre. Do you know, I have. At university, where I did half a drama degree and
Was it the first half or the...
the other half was in English, but I was just drunk for the entire time. And I played Hamlet. Thank you. In an examined modern interpretation of Hamlet.
What does that mean?
Were you painted green and naked?
I was dressed as a punk. It was rubbish. I was also in a... I've been in a musical version of Macbeth. Did you know that existed? Called Night Shriek. It was set in a post-nuclear apocalypse Britain. And forgive my French, Dame Judy, it was And the director was so angry that it was so rubbish, he was screaming at us on the stage, saying, "This is the worst thing that there's ever been at the university. It is the worst thing ever." And then the lady who was playing Lady Macbeth came out, the girl who was playing Lady Macbeth. She was in perfect rags, and she had bright red lipstick, and he went, "Oh, they wouldn't have lipstick in a post-nuclear apocalypse." And she screamed back at him. She went, "Yes, they would. They crush berries."
You know, it's a film, it's not a real school trip, but they are real kids, really in Cornwall.
Yeah.
So did you have to control them?
The most humiliating bit of the whole shoot was when we do a lot of stuff where I'm driving them around in a minibus, but obviously I can't drive. So on the close-up shots, there I am driving, and it's on the back of a low-loader vehicle, dragging it along. But on the wide shots, I had to take my shirt and tie off and give it to one of the children that does have a driving licence, so that they could drive the minibus with me in the back, sat with all the kids. Which is quite emasculating.
But now,
They're good. It's a great bit, like, having them there as well, because all the kids and all the extras that play the school kids, you know, are real kids. And when you're writing it, you can take stuff that they say and sneak it into the script. There were these two boys that were on the lunch bus, and they were showing off about how many girls they've been getting with, deliberately loudly, I think. And one of them was like, "Yeah, I'm Snapchatting like 8 girls at the moment, bruv." I was like, wow, Casanova's got quite the juggling act on his hands here. And then his mate, not wishing to be outdone, came out with the best line of bullshit I've ever heard. He went, "Yeah, well, over half term, I completed Tinder." Yeah, that went in.
School trips are notoriously awful. I mean, terrible things do happen on school trips. But you went to a very nice school. So did you go on lovely things? Did you just do very nice things on your school trips?
The worst school trip I ever went on, we went to Hampton Court, and we went there, and they had real
Tudor outfits that you could try on, one for a man and one for a girl. But I went to an all-boys school, and I was chosen to wear the corset and dress. And I cried, and it was awful. And Patrick Ward got to be the man, so I had to be Patrick Ward's for the afternoon. It was one of the worst experiences of my life.
Actually, I think that picture's in your book. We've got the
Oh, you have the
we have
Great,
the
you
picture
have the photo.
of... We ramble in, did you say?
Yes.
Look at that face!
I mean, I was actually... I remember being sad, but in that photo, I mean, he looks haunted. I look like I've just leant in and whispered that I'm not wearing any knickers.
He does look like he's just in denial.
Yeah.
He's going, I'm not going to remember this. I'm deliberately never going to remember this happened.
Oh, I could be in Wolf Hall.
The kids must have liked you. You were nominated for Teacher of the Year, weren't you?
Yes, I was, Graham.
I
was?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, yes. I've told this story many times. But Teacher of the Year is a very prestigious award that's taken very seriously and rightly by the hard-working teaching community. And my head teacher called me in, and he was wetting himself laughing. In fact, he couldn't stop laughing for the first 10 minutes. And he went... I went, what? Why have you called me here? He goes, you've been... You've been... I've got this... A Teacher of the Year award, you've been nominated. And I went, oh, OK. And it was by a very sweet girl called Gemma, who I've humiliated many times. And it's a 6-page document that people have to fill in for the reasons why you should be nominated for Teacher of the Year. It was blank, aside from one sentence that she'd written on it, which was the reasons why you think he should be Teacher of the Year. And she'd written, he's a well good laugh and he don't make us do no work.
Jack Whitehall, on League of Their Own, you also do pranks, but they're not punchy. You would think they'd be physical.
No.
But they're mostly phone-based.
Oh, yeah, phone-based.
Yes.
So we went on a tour of the US, me, Jamie Redknapp and Freddie Flintoff for A League of Their Own. And the game of the tour was to steal each other's phones and send messages. So I got hold of Jamie Redknapp, who's the footballer. I got his phone, and he has a load of old footballers that he used to play with in the 90s when footballers were men. So I did a group text message to Stuart Pearce, a.k.a. Psycho, Dean Saunders and Neil Razor Ruddock. Whoa. And I sent them a message saying, I've got 4 tickets this Friday to go and see Jersey Boys. Who's in? So that was the first one. Then he stole my phone and sent a message to Princess Eugenie, 8th in line to the throne, saying, I've got a tiny winky. Which...
She texts back going, I know.
Technically, it was treason, so... And then I think my favourite was I got Freddie Flintoff's phone, and I decided I would text Kevin Peterson. So Kevin Peterson is the cricketer. He's quite a confident chap.
Yes.
So I got his phone, and I sent a message from Freddie to Kevin Peterson saying, I never said this when we played together, but I respect you so much as a player and as a person. So I sent it, no reply. Fred was like, it's probably not even his number, and even if it is, he's going to know that's not me. We forgot about it. 6 months later, Jamie Redknapp is doing a charity golf day with Kevin Peterson, and on the 8th hole, Kevin turns to him and goes, can I just say, I got a message recently from Freddie. He never said any of that stuff to me as a player, but for him to say that, it meant a great deal. So good.
My mum will kill me for telling this because it was our family doctors, and he'd been my doctor since I was a child, but I went as an adult because there was something wrong with my bum.
When you said bum, you looked at me directly in the eyes, and
I'm sorry.
No. I'm aroused and unnerved in equal measure.
There was something,
but
there was something wrong with my bum.
I can feel it, the magic. Yeah.
And I said, there's this thing wrong with my bum, and he went, OK. And I went, so, what do you think? He goes, well, it'll probably be all right. And I said, well, I would really like it. I'd like you to just... If you could make me feel better about... If I feel better that it will be all right. And he went, it'll probably clear itself up. And I said, yeah, but... Is there any way I could be sure? And he went, You want me to put my finger up there, don't you? I said, no. Not if it's not medically necessary.